Today we're going to continue to learn about the cooperation between colonists and the Native Americans. So today's slide is called Squanto, Friend to the Pilgrims. Desquantum, or Squanto, that was his native name, and then the name that the white man called him, as we commonly know him, was born into the Pawtuxet tribe of the Wampanoag Indians in New England. In 1605, he was kidnapped and taken to England, where he learned the English he would later use to help the Mayflower Pilgrims. So it was a tragic thing that he was kidnapped and taken from his family. But then, as a bonus, while he was kidnapped, he was able to learn how to speak English so he could communicate. He could act in between the natives and the white man. 10 years later, around 1615, he was able to return home with John Smith. So he came back to the New World. He was captured again and taken to Spain as a slave. However, he was able to escape back to his village in 1619. Sadly, it had been wiped out by disease. Remember that when the white men came over, they brought a lot of diseases that the natives' bodies were not used to. And so because of that, they didn't have the medicines, they didn't know how to take care of it, and their bodies just gave in to the disease and they died. So all of his tribe was gone. He joined another Wampanoag tribe near Plymouth, or another village near Plymouth. When the Pilgrims arrived, he helped them learn how to fish, grow crops, and survive the harsh winter. 3 things: fish, gave them food; grow crops, food; and survive the harsh winter. How to have housing, how to have shelter, how to create clothing from their surroundings that would help them get through those times. He was later made an envoy, that's a messenger, between the colony and the American Indians. That meant he went back and forth and he said, they said this. Then you go over here, oh, okay, I'll tell you the message, you tell me, and I'll go back and tell them. So he would go back and forth. He died in 1622 while on an expedition, a trip around Cape Cod, which is up in Massachusetts. Despite all the bad things that happened to him, Squanto only wanted to help others and to live peacefully. So he wasn't bitter about being made a slave or captured and kidnapped and taken all over the world. The last thing we're going to read today is about a peace treaty, and it says sometime after the Pilgrims came to Plymouth, Squanto, we just read about, Massasoit, another native leader, and the Pilgrim leaders met and agreed to a treaty. Remember, we learned that a treaty is where you agree to stop fighting and to work together. There was entertainment, and gifts were given. William Bradford wrote in his journal, after friendly entertainment and some gifts given him, they made a peace with him, which hath now continued this 24 years in these terms. Okay, so this treaty lasted for 24 years. 1, neither he nor any of his should injure or do hurt to any other people. So they promised not to hurt each other's people. The natives wouldn't hurt the settlers wouldn't hurt the natives. If any of his did any hurt to any of theirs, he should send the offender that they might punish him. So if a colonist or settler did something wrong to the natives, that colonist was to be sent to the natives, and the natives did the punishment, and vice versa. If the native did something wrong to the colonist got to do the punishment. 3, if anything were taken away from any of theirs, he should cause it to be restored, and they should do like to his. Okay, if you take something from them, you've got to pay them back for it. And same way over here. If they take something of yours, they have to pay you back for it. Number 4, if any did unjustly war against him, that means that for no reason, unjustly warred, for no reason they attacked, they would aid him. And if any did war against him, he should aid them. Okay, so if another tribe comes and attacks the colonists, or if other colonists come and attack the tribe, they would defend each other. They would stick together against any outsiders, whether they be white men or settlers or natives. Number 5, he should send to his neighbors Confederates to certify them of this, that they might not wrong them, but be likewise comprised in the conditions of peace. So they would have people that would live with the natives. They would have natives that would live with the settlers. They would live among each other, and they could do that peacefully. And then number 6, that when their men came to them, they should leave their bows and arrows behind them. When they made a decision to have a meeting, they would not bring weapons. They would meet without weapons on their bodies. Okay, so that is the end of how the colonists and natives cooperated, because we know that didn't last long, and that sadly ended very poorly for the Native Americans. Okay, I will see you guys on Monday. Bye.